Oh, welcome. Welcome into another episode of the Fergus Spotlight Podcast. I'm your host, Jacob Bittner. I just got back from a nice long trip. It was wonderful. Got to go see a buddy get married out in Oregon. Had a really nice long break from Fergus. Was away for a whole week. Did get the mill episode in right before I left, but I did end up missing a week of production on the show. So we're back. I'm happy to be back. Really, really excited to get into another episode with an unknown person, probably a business or entity or individual that a lot of people just are here, probably going to hear about for the first time today. So I'm excited to talk with Austin Hennen about all different kinds of things today. But welcome to the show, Austin. How are we doing?
Not too bad.
Not too bad. So what did we run into each other at Outstate? That's how we cross paths is a couple different times.
A couple times, yeah.
A couple times. And you have a bunch of different businesses. You've got a sign there at Outstate marking the entrance. You carved that sign there, the chainsaw carving. So we'll talk about that. You've got a lawn care business. You're wearing your lawn care hat here today. We'll get into that. Yeah, I'm excited to hear your story, hear about how somebody, and then there's more too. There's like dust control stuff, and then you own a car lot out in South Dakota as well. So a serial entrepreneur.
Yeah.
For sure. So, well, welcome in here. Before we get going, I got to thank some sponsors. Atlas Outdoor Services, Outstate Brewing Company. Are you enjoying that Outstate Brewing beer there?
Yeah.
It's delicious. A little Grandma's Garden. Is that what you got going on there?
Very
Delicious.
good.
Very good. Victor Lundeen's company, Fergus Home and Hardware, Liberty Business Systems, Wayne Schuett with Century 21 Atwood, Dr. Zack Chiropractic, and of course, Elks Point Bar and Grill. Get on out there for the Wednesday buy one, get one smash burgers. They got fish fry Friday nights, Elks Point Bar and Grill. So, Austin. All right, let's hear about it. Let's get into, I don't know, we'll talk about maybe how your business entities fit in later, but let's just kind of hear your story a little bit. Where'd you grow up? Tell me about your parents a little bit.
I grew up right in Wendell, and I still live in Wendell. So,
Okay.
My parents got divorced early on. I mean, I don't remember when. They're probably 4 or 5 years old, so I don't remember any of the time together or anything. But it was probably for the better.
Okay.
But yeah, so I grew up there. I got I had 2 brothers and 2 sisters. My older brother passed away at 15 from addiction. And yeah, so I got 2 older sisters and my younger brother.
Wow. Okay.
So,
And grew up in Wendell, still live out in Wendell. Your dad, Chuck knew your dad. Chuck knew your dad. He's like, who are you interviewing? I'm like, it's Austin Hennen. He's like, I knew, is it Ed? Or no, Tom?
Tom.
Big old Tom Hennen.
Yeah.
He had a car lot out in Wendell
Yep.
for a while. Is that still out there? Or?
No.
No? Okay.
No.
So tell me about your parents a little bit. Your dad obviously ran a car lot. Your parents did some different entrepreneurial things.
Yeah, my mom ran hair salon in Brandon, Elbow, and then Wendell. And then my dad had the car lot.
Okay.
And he could sell you anything. Yeah.
Yeah. So you graduated from West Central area high schools then?
Actually, graduated from Ashby.
From Ashby. Okay.
Went to West Central for 11 years. Graduated from Ashby.
Okay. And you what year was that?
15.
2015. Okay. And then what'd you do? Did you have some businesses started when you were in high school before you graduated?
Yep, just lawn care. So.
Just lawn care. So you've been.
I went down to it. So my brother-in-law is the one that taught me how to carve. Went down there when I was in high school. Tried it. I'm like, there's no way. Like, I can't do this.
Chainsaw carving?
Yeah, chainsaw carving. I'm like, there's no way I could figure out how to do this. So revisited that 3 years later. Went through a little rough patch. Lost my license due to a minor while driving. My brother-in-law reached out. He's like, you want to come down here and try and carve again? I'm like, I want to get away. A little embarrassed. I don't have a license. I went down there. I'm like, I'm going to figure this out. Like, one way or another, I'm going to figure out how to carve this log into something.
Okay.
So every day, I'm getting paid to carve whatever I carve by the foot. And slowly he's like, yeah, that'll sell. And I'm like, well, I don't know who's going to buy that, but, he's like, yeah, it'll sell.
What did you make?
Just bears. Simple bears.
Okay.
And I mean, they didn't look great. And I'm thinking, I don't know what. So continued with it 6 months later.
You said your brother is
My
into,
brother-in-law.
your brother-in-law is big into carving. Is he around here or does he?
He's got 5 shops. So he's got one in Gatlinburg, Tennessee,
Yep.
Rapid City,
I've seen him in Rapid City.
Hill City, Keystone, Deadwood.
Oh,
So
okay.
you cannot get to Mount Rushmore or get away from it.
So
you have
if you've
to
been
go,
to I've been to Gatlinburg, Tennessee, and I've seen the chainsaw carving.
New story. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah, that's really cool. That's awesome. Definitely, if you've been to the Black Hills, you've seen those.
Yes.
So that's him. That's okay. So that's who taught you how to do this.
Yep. So I was at their house in Minnesota to start. They had a shop. They have a shop there. They carve there all winter, and then they go haul everything out to Black Hills for the summer.
Dang. Okay.
So yeah, I was there, and then I started to figure it out.
This was just after high school.
Yep.
Okay. So that you did that for like a couple years, just kind of learning how to do that.
Yeah. Well, I went to the Black Hills. I spent 6 months out there, chainsaw in my hand every single day.
Wow.
And I was like a
little apprentice?
like a robot. Like,
okay.
It was it was a lot. It's 6 months. I'm done. I'm burnt out. Like,
right.
I'm not enjoying what I'm doing. I'm not even trying to make like art, or it's just duplicate. Let's sell.
Yeah, but you got proficient at what you were doing, though. You were cranking out pieces, and the repetition. Now you can carve.
Yeah, the chainsaw feels like my hand. Like, I go cut trees with some people, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like that guy's gonna cut his leg off. It's like that thing isn't gonna attack you. You just gotta,
Well, we'll get into kind of the art. I got some stuff about like chainsaw art and that sort of stuff. But the lawn care business you said came before that?
Yeah, so when I was like 12, 13, I was begging the neighbors. They have a lawn care business. I'm like, I really want to come work. I want to come help them for probably 2-3 years. And then I'm like, I could probably do this myself if I can get some money for a lawnmower.
Yeah.
So my grandpa borrowed me $4,000 for my first mower. And now to this day, can't thank him enough for what.
Yeah. So you started with a mower when you were 14, you said 15,
I think.
15.
Yep.
And then so you kept mowing, or did you obviously took a break when you graduated high school?
Yeah.
When you did this chainsaw thing kind of full time.
Kind of things went lawn care downhill. Like, didn't really care.
Were you making money in high school? Like, were you hustling as a 15-year-old? Were you?
Every day.
Yeah.
Every day. Back then I was selling cars too. Like,
for your dad?
Not for my dad. Just buying them online. No dealer's license. Just here and there. And I always did that. And then, it's always in my blood.
And how, like, obviously your dad, is it probably because of your dad?
Yeah, 100%.
He definitely, like, as a kid, you were on the car lot with him. Were you selling cars as a kid?
That's what we did. We went to my dad's on the weekends. We went to the auction. We drove cars back, and we were always around it. My dad's just like me. We were, every day is a work day.
Huh. Interesting. So, how many cars you sell before you turned 18?
I don't know exactly. It wasn't a lot. It wasn't like now is craziness.
Yeah.
We have a dealership in South Dakota, and we were the #1 buyer at Mid-State Auto Auction this year. So,
dang.
It's out of 250, 300 dealers, and we bought the most cars there. So it's
wow. So you're moving some cars in South Dakota.
409. They told me like 3 weeks ago, like, yeah, you bought 496 cars last year. I'm like, well, we must have sold something because you got to have money to buy them.
We must have at least sold a couple of those cars.
Yeah, I don't know where they are, but we ain't collected them.
I love that. Well, so did you get back into after you did your time out in the Black Hills with the chainsaw, kind of like, I'll call it the chainsaw apprenticeship out there in the Black Hills. Did you move back home then?
Yeah. So I actually have a buddy down by Wheaton. He's like, hey, you want to come out to this dairy farm? They want a mowing bid. And I'm like, a dairy farm? Like, so I have no idea what I'm expecting. I show up to a dairy that's like 12,000 headed cows. Like the place is massive. It's like $60 million site.
Okay.
So I kind of fell into that, luckily, thanks to a good friend. And
So you just got a huge contract.
huge contract.
Yep.
Started mowing that one. These guys have multiple dairies. They're like, hey, this manager heard about what you're doing over here. You want to go out to Veblen, South Dakota and mow another one? And I'm like, oh man, I don't even have money. I have no money. Like I'm trying to borrow money to get mowers. I'm like, I never said no. I'm always like, yeah, I'll do it. Yeah, I'll do it. And then that year I was mowing like 200 some acres a week with riding mowers. I mean,
Wow.
it was crazy.
I mean, I can't really comprehend. I can't comprehend that, but I'm sure that's a lot. Yeah,
the
that's a
way
lot. No, that's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot.
Some people tell you they farm 4,000 acres. Well, I was mowing 200 a week times 24. It's 4,800 acres a year. So with a lawnmower, I'm mowing.
So you were hustling. You were out there hustling.
Yeah.
Did you have anyone? When did you hire your first employee? Have you ever hired employees? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, actually, I pretty much had an employee almost all the time.
Okay.
And then, yeah, the first few years, 2 people. Now we're lawn care is about 4 people right now.
Okay, just like 2 different crews kind of go out.
Yeah, I mean, I run my dust control lawn care is the same.
Okay.
So I have truck drivers and then my mowing guys, and then I take care of like the hydro seeding and stuff like that.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, we did. I had Joe Norman on, really one of my favorite episodes to date, still on the show. But we heard a really, really good story about his recovery, addiction and recovery. But we also heard about lawn care, and he does lawn care. And we dove into like more of like the deep history of lawn care and shared some like interesting facts about how unique it is that we even have all these lawns that it's the largest irrigated crop in the world is lawns. So
I didn't even know that.
That's it is insane, or at least in the United States, and it's by a large amount. And so if you're interested in lawn care, history of lawn care, check out that episode with Joe. It is one of the best episodes that I've done, I believe. So, but let's hear more about this as your business started to grow. So you got that contract with the dairy farms, and then that kind of was your base for a while. Do you still work with those accounts?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, wow. They're like 60-70% of my business.
Okay. So that's your bread and butter. And you do dust control with them.
Yep.
You do some of that. So dust control and magnesium chloride spraying. What the heck is it? Talk about it. Explain that a little bit.
Magnesium is just a salt-based, it takes moisture from the air, and then it holds it in the gravel. So really, it's crazy because before I got into it, I didn't know anything about it. I didn't know. I never realized it. But we spray in front of people's houses, or like if there's a county road that's busy, spray the whole road. It's,
so you're working for counties then?
Bidding counties, townships.
Okay.
I have some personal stuff, farmers.
Okay.
The dairies, obviously.
But you bid those like township, cities, all that stuff. You're like, how many people are you competing with? Is there a large group?
No.
Are you got no? No, he says no.
It is one other, which is out of Fergus Power Pump, McLean Okerstrom. Our relationship is actually pretty
awesome,
decent. Like we know that it's me and you. Do you want to sit here and fight each other? And like this year, I'm driving to Battle Lake to spray. They're driving to Wendell to spray, and it's like, we're both driving half hour, and we could drive 5 minutes. So we actually had a conversation, like, let's figure something out.
Yeah.
Which, it's better to be together than
absolutely
after each other, especially when, how many businesses are out there that there's 2 people.
Yeah.
And pretty soon you're just spraying chloride for no reason.
Interesting. Well, I was interested in this. I'm always interested in whatever ChatGPT has to say about these industries, but it looks like early dust control efforts relied heavily. This was like in like the 30s, like you would have seen like the 20s and 30s. They relied heavily on waste oil, especially on airfields and unpaved roads during World War II. So it was cheap and effective, but later found to be toxic. So they were basically using waste oil to
Yeah.
like suppress dust. In the 1960s and 1980s, environmental regulations tightened. Chemical companies developed water-soluble chlorides like calcium and magnesium chloride. These became the go-to for county roads and private driveways. And then the 1990s to present, emphasis shifted on eco-friendlier solutions, including lignin-based dust suppressants. I don't know what that means. Do you know what that means at all? No?
I don't know what that means.
Okay. And more precise application methods to reduce runoff. Yeah, but a lot of it is magnesium chloride is a lot of that, what they use. So very interesting. Dust control is critical for air quality, road safety, and surface longevity, especially in farming, oil fields, and rural towns. I mean, I don't know how many miles of dirt roads there are in Otter Tail County, but it is ridiculous. When you get outside of town, there's dirt roads everywhere. So
yeah, I mean, where I'm at, it's mainly.
And then, so do all those roads need to be hit it depends on how much it rains. Weather cycles have a lot to do with it.
Yeah, I mean, mainly it's one time. So it's
one time.
It's why it's short-lived. I mean, this year is 2 weeks. 140,000 gallons on the ground. I mean, it's a long 2 weeks, but 2 semis as fast as you can go. I mean, I don't know how many times if I don't have my chloride down by June 1st, my customers are like, the summer's already over. And I'm like, all right.
So it's just a one-time shot at the beginning of the year.
Yeah. I mean, the dairies are twice because they have to grade so much.
Okay.
So
if it gets graded,
their traffic is so heavy.
If the road gets graded, it probably needs to be hit again.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So they get one right before harvest, which is just basically out of respect for them. Like, take care of their neighbors and, safety.
Yep. Farm safety for sure.
Yep.
Absolutely. Well, so talk about then the car lot in South Dakota. How does that come into the picture?
So, yeah, I mean, it was always an idea. Like, let's sell some more cars again. Let's get back into it. So
who's we? When you say we?
My dad.
Okay. Yep.
So we drove around one day in New Effington, South Dakota. It's the closest thing to us. It's in South Dakota. There's a lot of benefits to South Dakota. It's easy to get your license, no sales tax. Like, when we sell a car, this is the price out the door. Like, a lot of people come Minnesota, you buy a car and $5,000. Well, now it's $6,000 because of your sales tax, your fees. South Dakota is just this is the price.
Oh.
And everything's South Dakota.
Everything easier.
Goes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. It's
lot less population. There's
way less population. It's all internet.
Yep. And I mean, I've talked about it enough times on this show. There's a lot that the government can do to make it harder to do business.
Yeah.
And Minnesota is a high tax state. We know Minnesota is a very high tax state. I've talked about on this show numerous times why Fergus Falls has had the same population since 1960, and whether or not you can pinpoint exactly what it is, there are things that the city has done and can continue to do to make it harder to operate business in our community. And that makes it harder for our community to grow, and that's why our population base stays where it is. But so South Dakota, anything goes.
They stand up for their businesses.
Yep.
I mean, they want business.
So
and we're making them money. I mean, you do pay taxes when you go, you just go to the DMV and you license your car. You then pay them.
Oh, right.
But it's a lower percentage. But I mean,
right.
They just simply stand up for their businesses.
So you sell mainly online? You buy from auctions and you sell online?
Not really. I mean, like,
there's a lot. There's a lot there in New Effington. Like, you have a car lot in New Effington that people can come and shop at.
It's like 2 acres, and well, most of the time it's stuffed.
It's just stuff full.
I mean, like, we don't go to the auction because we didn't sell enough and we can't fit anymore.
Okay.
So, yeah, I mean, me and my dad run our business together, but he buys his cars, I buy my cars. So, kind of separate, kind of together. I sell his, but our bank accounts are separate, and it's just how it works. It works best for us.
So what was the entrepreneurial journey for him and Wendell with his car lot, and how did that, like, why did that shut down, or why did he, and you don't have to get into any details if you don't want to, I mean, I know business comes and goes and people don't always want to talk about that stuff, but like, I'm just curious.
I don't know exactly
the timing of it though. And then when the new lot opened, was it pretty seamless?
No, it was
a gap, pretty good gap.
10 to 15 years. I want to say.
Okay. Gotcha. But now you guys are in business together. So just moving you said almost 500 cars last year or something. So,
yep.
Okay. And people can, but you said you sell those online mainly. They're
basically Facebook Marketplace.
Marketplace.
I don't know what we would do without it.
Dang.
It's like, and you just get somebody there. I mean, that's our main thing. Like, you get somebody there. We got another guy that's working with us now, kind of on his own, kind of with us. I mean, he kills it. During lawn care, I'm not there. I mean, I'm busy, and they take care of everything. And I just tell them, hey, this guy's coming at 3. Get him into something.
Yeah, interesting. What's the populous city there close to New Effington? Where's that at geographically? Is it closer to like Sioux Falls or?
No, it's right by like Dakota Magic Casino.
So it's like Hankinson area.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's
okay.
like
Gotcha. Yep.
Mainly Fargo, but I mean, we pull people from the cities, Fargo, St. Cloud, Sioux Falls.
They'll drive there for a good deal.
Yeah. I mean, we've sold cars all over Colorado. I mean, we've shipped them. Everywhere.
Yeah. So you, I don't know if there's more to talk about with the car business. I'm sure there is. I mean, like in general, and I had some stuff about like car prices and stuff that I didn't print it out, but it was like things. Have you been selling cars through COVID? Like, were you selling cars in 2020? Were you buying and selling cars at that period of time?
That's when we started.
Okay.
And it was crazy. I mean, could sell a car. I mean, if you got a good deal, that car's gone next day. Same day. I mean, everyone had money. But you were paying, the auction was like crazy. I mean, the market was so strong that you weren't making any more money because you're paying so much more.
Yeah. So there was a period where used car prices are still pretty astronomical. I mean, they're still pretty high.
I mean, it just follows a new car. I mean, a new car
are you guys in like, and it's hard to probably say exactly, but are you in like the higher end? Like, what's the average price of a car that you sell out of? Like,
$5,000.
$5,000. Like, you're selling $5,000 cars, not like $10,000.
It's simple. There's a lot more people with $3,000 than there is $10,000.
Yep.
And we don't have financing other than in-house, which is
okay.
Buy here, pay here.
Gotcha.
I'll lend you the money with this much down.
Yep. So you're basically scouring auctions for good deals. Yep. Do you do some work then to fix them up at all?
I
and flip them? No.
I'm not a mechanic.
Okay.
I don't wrench. I mean, I have my people I go to, simple people out in North Dakota do motor trainings. The guy in Wendell does simple technology stuff. I just know where to go, and that's never something. I mean, down the road, I want to put up my own shop and have my own mechanic so I can have it done now and when I want it done. But yeah, I'm not a mechanic.
Yeah, cool. I just wasn't sure about that. I assume that when you buy a car, maybe you go through it before you sell it. I mean, how does that work?
Yeah, I mean, we drive them. Look at them. My dad is pretty good.
Yep.
I mean, he's been around it so long.
Yep.
Pretty good mechanic.
Sees what's there. Yep.
You know, if something happens a week later, motor goes, I mean, I'm going to take care of this person. But if you call me in 3 months, tell me your wheel bearing's out, sorry. Like,
yeah, exactly.
And that's what people don't understand. Like, I'm selling a used car, and they're like, you knew this? And it's like, I don't know. I bought 20 cars this week.
I bought 20 cars this week.
I wasn't even in half of them. I don't even know.
Yeah, interesting.
So, and then, I mean, it's a weird business.
Well,
I mean,
I bought cars off an auction lot before, where the only thing you get to do is start them and listen to them run. Like, you just get to listen to them idle, and you know, you can hop in them, but you don't get to drive them. You don't get to do anything. And so you get what you get when you go to those auctions. I mean, you often get really, really good deals. What are the auctions that are that happen around here? I know that there's one out towards Alexandria, Garfield, or they've got one. Do you know like what some of the local car auctions are around here?
I really don't. I mean, I'm basically Odessa, Fargo, Sioux Falls, and then Mid-State is mainly what I'm. And then Nelson's and Fergus, I buy a lot of their trade-ins.
Okay, so they do trade-ins. They'll just sell those. Do they list those privately? Do you
I just have a connection with the manager, and once a week I'm in there, and what do you got? Like just simply stuff Nelson's wouldn't sell. I mean, they're a new car.
Right.
Mainly new car.
Like if I went and traded in my car, they're not putting that back onto the lot. Yeah,
no, I mean they're.
You always wonder what happens to those.
They're
I'm sure.
a very reputational.
Yep.
I mean, everything they're selling, I simply know that it is top of the line.
Yep.
Like they're gonna take care of you.
Yep. So, but then the cars, trade-in cars get sent all over the place. Some of them, the ones that you don't buy, probably get sent off to auction somewhere or something like that, like those lower end trade-ins.
Yeah, there's company out of the cities. I mean, they have like 150 cars at the auction like every 2 weeks. Those are just trade-ins. So it's like, well, how are they bringing it? I mean, they're massive.
So have you seen periods, or are there periods then of time where there's just such a high inventory of used vehicles that it's just like a buyer's game? I mean, where are we at with that?
Yeah, I mean, there's times in the year where it's like, Christmas time is terrible time for cars. That's when I go spend everything I got. I mean, I know everyone's shopping for, Christmas. They don't spend money. They're not even thinking about buying a car. So the auction drops really hard. So any holiday I buy a lot of. If no one's there, snowstorm. One of the only time my wife has ever went to the auction, it was like it blizzard, and we made it there, and I'm like, this is gonna be crazy because I'm the only one here, and I think I bought like 28 cars or something.
Were they doing? They don't they? Isn't pretty much everything online now?
No, they drive them through.
They drive them through.
Not this day. It was It was so bad out. It was all on. I'm standing in the car lane, just staring at a computer. I have no idea what. I'm just bidding, buying. Hope for the best, I guess.
So you're married?
Yep. Married.
Okay. So how'd you meet the wife? What's the story there?
She was working at the local bar in Wendell, and
where all love stories begin at the bar in Wendell.
I guess so. So yeah, I would obviously go in there and joked about it. Finally got an answer a little bit, and it's been great ever since.
Nice. You guys have any kids?
Yep, 3 kids.
Wow. Okay. Dang. How old?
5, 3, and 1.5.
Okay. You get a chainsaw in their hands yet? They're carving with the chainsaws yet?
Toy chainsaw.
Toy chainsaws.
My 5-year-old can now start skid loader and go load a trailer with logs, he's all on his own.
Wow.
So, I have 2 boys and a girl, and my girl is skid loader's running. She's going to be in that. They love it. So.
Heck yeah. So you made the Outstate sign. You made the cool Outstate Brewing sign. When was that?
Christmas. Yeah, I don't know, probably 5 years ago.
Okay, it was when they first opened.
Yeah,
it was like it would have been when they first opened, 2020 or somewhere around there, somewhere during COVID.
Who reached out, but yeah, he messaged me. I'm like, hey, couple cases of beer, you got yourself a sign.
Nice,
yeah,
nice.
I didn't say I got a sweatshirt and a couple cases, tour their place. I'm like, it's awesome.
Yeah, and that sign has stood the test. It's still looks beautiful. I don't know if it has been touched up.
They just finally touched it up because I told them like, hey, another case of beer, I'll come and varnish that.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Another case of beer, I'll come and varnish that.
I
love that, dude. What other do you have other art locally here?
One of my buddies, a UPS driver, he's like, dude, I see those signs everywhere. I'm like, yeah. One year I did 100.
100
for Christmas. That was the first year. I'm like, I don't know, put it on Marketplace.
Those log signs. So like you do people's names or whatever, like their family name.
Cut the log in half, and 3 notebook pages full, and I had like 3 weeks. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is
So you have
100
hundreds. You have 100 of those, over 100 of those around
I don't
town
like to
somewhere.
tell people that, but like
Okay.
that I can do it that fast. But I also have so much time with the chainsaw. Like it's like,
Yeah.
oh, I can carve your name in 20 minutes, but it took me forever to figure out what I
Dude,
was doing.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like any skill, people pay for they don't pay for the time it necessarily took to
Yeah.
do it. It's all of the time and all of the efforts that person spent throughout their life to gain that skill
Exactly,
to be
yeah.
able to do it that fast, right?
Yeah. I mean,
Interesting. Wow. So maybe I'll have to talk to you about getting a sign, whipping up a sign or something. That'd be
You
cool.
bet,
That'd be
yeah.
cool. So, do you do that then? Do you have like an Etsy, or what's your like means of Facebook Marketplace?
I mean, now I'm so busy. I wish I could carve more. It's more of a hobby.
Okay. Yep. Okay. That's what I was
But,
going to ask. Yep.
like, I was my first year back from Black Hills, made a display on a trailer, set up an Alec on the 4-way, and I sold everything I had.
Wow.
So it wasn't a lot, but it was crazy. And I know that if I did that now, you get out in front of people, you sell stuff. Herman Fair, I went to that, and it was good. I mean, it brings on like on sites. So somebody's got a dead stump in their yard, then I can go to your house and turn it into something that's not a dead stump.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I love it. It's I don't know if we care at all about the history of chainsaw carving as a folk art, but it's kind of cool. I mean, there's some early innovators. You got a couple guys in the name here: Ray Murphy, Ken Kaiser. Basically, chainsaw carving began in the late 1950s as loggers and woodworkers began experimenting with their saws artistically during downtime. It became especially popular at state fairs, logging competitions, and roadside attractions in the Pacific Northwest. That had that lumberjack culture was kind of where this sort of art carving started, I suppose, huh? Lots of logging. I was, just in Oregon for a trip, and there's so much logging out there and so much stuff going on. But
that's our bucket list, just to get out there.
yeah. Do you get wood locally then? Do you carve wood locally, or do you get logs?
Part of my lawn care. I mean, I'll do tree service.
Okay, you do tree
There's
service.
nothing better than a phone call to get paid to cut down a pine tree that I want anyway.
Right.
Yeah.
For sure.
So, yeah. I mean, a lot of people just know that if they have a pine tree, I'll come take it down for you.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's not hard to keep. I mean, a lot of it's pine. It's soft.
So you must have a farm, or you must have like a decent amount of land to do all this stuff with.
Yeah, we just built a new house outside of Wendell on Lightning Lake, 10 acres. So
Wow.
There's stuff everywhere because of everything that's going on a daily basis.
Interesting. So the bread and butter of what you do to try to kind of make sense of everything. Obviously, the cars. I don't know what the margins in there. I don't know. But what you spend most of your time on is obviously with a lot with the lawn care business. These dust spray or these chloride sprays, those contracts, those bids, and then flipping cars. I mean, would you say that that's a pretty even split, or mainly with the lawn care, you spend a lot of time mowing lawns still?
Yeah, I mean, I don't sit on a mower much anymore. I try as much as possible not to, but I have some pretty good workers that know what they need to do, and then the dust control I'm with all the time, pretty much.
You're spraying all the time.
Yes, yep. I'm either reading a map or coordinating what needs to be done, but it's short lived. It's 2 weeks, and it's a long 2 weeks. Everything comes in on the railroad. You got to get it empty. I mean, the railroad is like, they don't wait around. They want their cars back and shipping product. So it's push, and then get it on the road. I mean, I can only hold so much at my house. So, and then, yeah, cars is obviously 365 days a year. So that's kind of why I got another kid helping me. He's kind of on his own. We all kind of work together, but to try and keep my cars rolling, like winter, like summer. I mean, summer in the previous years have dropped because I'm back to lawn care. Lawn care comes first always.
Right.
It's the start.
So you actually sell more cars in the winter than the summer because
Yeah.
of the time that you can put in on it and the effort. Gotcha. Yep, that makes sense.
Especially, I mean,
And you don't do any snow removal or anything like that?
nope, and I don't think I ever will.
No. Yep, that makes
I
sense.
just
Yep.
don't like being tied down.
Yeah. And, I've talked with lots of lawn care businesses in the past, and it's a very unpredictable, unreliable way to make money and a source of income.
Yeah.
And if you're going to try and keep a staff for the times it does snow, it's really, really hard to keep them around when it doesn't snow. And it just doesn't make sense. Minnesota doesn't always give you what you want as far as predictability and weather. So lawns, you can predict that a little bit better. They're going to grow. It might not always snow.
Yeah, it was just, I was in high school, so
Yeah.
I couldn't do snow removal. I mean, I helped for snow removal with the other company, but it just, I couldn't possibly, I don't know. Once summer's over, it's like, all right, I got to spend some time with my family. I mean, the summers are tough.
Yeah.
I mean, I got a hell of a family. My wife is very understanding she's like, the other night, I'm like, I'm really sorry I'm not home, but, she's like, it's summer. We've been together for 7 years.
Yep.
This is what happens,
And
Summer, I go to work.
Is she a business support? Is she
Great.
Yep.
Just all around great support.
Yep.
I mean, it's hard. We got 3 kids. I know.
Yep.
I know. She went on a vacation. I had 3 kids. My buddy we're going to the auction. They're running wild. I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't know how you can do this. It's just chaotic. So it doesn't go unnoticed for sure. I mean, and hopefully what I do doesn't go unnoticed either.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
cool.
It's a team effort.
So do you get an off season then? Is summer's your peak season? Early summer, especially with the spraying, is your peak season. You get busy again around harvest.
Yeah.
And then you get a kind of an off season in the winter where you're pretty much just working on cars. Do you have a shop that you work into carve in the winter?
Yeah. So Christmas I carve a lot for orders, and then I mean winter's pretty relaxed. I mean cars every day, but it's just like regular. Friday's auction day. Go up there, buy, hang out with the auction's great.
Yeah.
Nothing better than go and spend some money.
Yeah.
I mean, no matter what you're buying, it's still fun to, the auction is just great people. I mean, everyone gets along. Met some good people. I've been hanging out at that place since I was 5 years old.
Wow.
So.
Wow.
Yeah. So the winters are pretty, if I don't want to go to work, then I don't have to go to work.
Yeah.
So.
Well, that's good. So you do get to breathe a little bit through all these businesses. You kind of get to chill in the winter a little bit and plan for the spring. And
yep.
I assume there's lots of contract bids and stuff to be done for the following years and stuff during those downtimes.
Yeah, always trying to grow. I mean, there's been times where it's like, oh my gosh, I got to slow down, but it's always next day, like, let's keep going.
Yeah. What does the future look like? Do you have like any particular business that's scaling more or has opportunity to scale more, or one that's just like, you know what, this is not worth it for me to really, I don't know how much longer I want to do this particular thing?
No, I mean, there's always thoughts of like, hey, maybe I should sell this and focus on this. But I'm driven by, anxiety. My mind has got to be busy. I live to work. That's as simple as that. I mean, it's weird to talk about yourself and say that, but I want my mind busy. I love to work. It makes me happy to work. So, no, definitely not. I don't think I would ever get rid of anything I'm doing.
Yeah.
Carving is the most relaxing because,
that's the one that you would probably maybe want to do more
spend some more time.
Take your time back and spend some more time
myself.
doing that.
I don't got to worry about other people doing this and that, but.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, in my career of doing all this is business, a relationship with people is the biggest thing in business. In my mind. Like, there's so many people that I've had a great relationship with that have excelled me to where I am.
Right.
Like, I have a guy that St. Cloud, he's got 600, I just seen on Facebook, 652 cars right now in his lots.
Dang.
He's a very motivation, tell you how it's going to be. Great person. I mean, I look up to him. That's a great relationship that I built. And then I have a guy in Fargo. He runs probably the top 3 biggest lawn cares in Fargo, and he hasn't skipped a beat. I mean, I can call him anytime. He'll explain. You know, when you're young, my age, like bidding these dairies, the money that you're charging them sounds crazy. I mean, like, it's a massive amount of money, and you're like, there's no way they're going to pay that. Well, it's costing you an insane amount of money to do what you're doing. You know, lawn care is like 50-50, like 50% money to get your money back.
Right. Yeah.
So, yeah, I think it's just a relationship is, you know, you build a relationship with people and they'll take care of you.
Yeah, absolutely. That's like you kind of got into my next question, the best business advice before I even really asked it there. But
I think, and then I mow a guy up in Underwood. He's 96 years old. He gave me a book, and the thing was starting on a shoestring, and he started a business repairing shoes, but his name is Ed Shorma. I've had so many great conversations. I'd go up to mow his lawn and just talk to him for 3 hours. And they actually just sold their business in Wapton. And they said, this company out of Germany wanted to buy it. And they said, don't call us if it's not over $100 million. They sold it for like $105 million. Yeah. So, and I did a chainsaw carving at his place. And he put his arm around me and goes, before you tell me how much I owe you, just remember, we sold 2 businesses for over $100 million. And I'm like, all right, Ed. Yeah, you know, and I told him, like, this is what time took me, and this is what I think it's worth. And paid me a lot more than I asked. I mean, they're you know, you'd never know they even had money. I mean, they're just great, humble people.
Yep.
And couldn't thank them enough for all the business that they've given me.
Wow. So that's really, I mean, that's at the end of the day, that's what it is all about. People don't do business with, people aren't always shopping for a good deal or this or that. People want to do business with a person. People want to do business with someone that they care about.
Yeah.
And that's really what it comes down to. Lots of people will sacrifice on a lot of things to do business with someone that they like.
It's hard to understand when you don't own a business. Like, oh, this guy screwed this up. Don't call him back. Like my wife last night, she's like, we need to call a different plumber. And I'm like, we're not calling any other plumber. Like, I have a lot of respect for our plumber, and he's coming back here to fix whatever he's going to fix. Like, I'm going to support whoever's in our area. And,
right.
You know, it's you do me a favor, I'll do you a favor.
Yep. You see any other ventures on the horizon or expanding on, like, as industries change? I mean, I don't know how the spraying industry changes with technology. You've got some pretty classic businesses as far as like relatively insulated from technology. I mean, I don't see a lot of like technological disruptors coming along. Maybe in the spraying world.
I would say lawn care
For sure.
I mean,
we talked about that a little bit with the robots.
Yeah, there's
with the robots mowing the lawn, and like it won't be long, and if it already exists, where you can buy a little robot to just map out your lawn, and it cuts your lawn for you and parks itself and all that stuff, and it's going to be cheaper than lawn care costs for the summer.
I would say in 5 years it's going to be not very uncommon.
Yeah,
you know, and that's saving my money. Like, hopefully, I'm the first one to own one of those things.
Right.
You know, you could mow everything, sit at your computer. But, I mean, we run a tractor with cab and a big mower behind it, starting to look into GPS and automation.
Yep.
I'm not a technical person. I don't really care for technology that much, but I actually reached out to one of my good buddies. He's in farming, and he's this big technology guy. And one day he was driving around his field. I'm like, hey, you don't have anything behind your tractor. What the hell are you doing? He's like, I'm just mapping. And his this place is just ran so automated. It's amazing. So I'm like, hey, would you have any interest in, like, I want to get into irrigation. I want to be start to finish. Somebody builds a new house, irrigation, landscape, hydro seed. I'm there for everything.
Gotcha.
See, so just ordered a curbing machine like 2 weeks ago. Concrete curb around your landscape.
Wow.
Really want to do that. I know my buddy in Fargo, that's helped me a lot. He's like, yeah, it's great. Like, this is one of our best gigs. And I asked him for a price for my own house. He just straight up told me, he's like, I'm taking your money. He's like, just buy a machine. It's going to cost the same amount. So that will be the next learning curve.
Dang. Just expanding on that lawn care service.
That's the thing about lawn care. It's like lawn care, but there's like 10, 15 different businesses in lawn care. Somebody could spray and fertilize. Somebody could hydroseed. Somebody could spray chloride. Somebody could just mow. Somebody could just landscape. I mean, there's so many things in that business.
Yeah.
You know? And there's just endless opportunity.
Yeah. Anything else that you feel like you wanted to talk about today, or like maybe that was relevant to your background or your insights into our community? Any of that?
Don't think so.
No. Okay. Well, I appreciate you coming on the show. I think I'm gonna send the people out with a little bit of Darren Qualm. We got a little bit of time left for the KBRF listeners here, so thank you very much, Austin, for sharing. The people can find you on Facebook.
Yeah, Hennen Lawn Care on Facebook.
Hennen Lawn Care on Facebook.
Sodak Motors, I guess.
Sodak Motors is the cars.
Yeah, and then the carving is all on the lawn care too.
Hennen Lawn Care log carving is all part of that.
Yeah, it's all. Everything's kind of ran together.
And then people can message you on there. Is there a website otherwise, or just the Facebook pages?
Just Facebook.
Right on. Right on. Cool. Well, get a hold of him for sure. If you guys have like a cool log carving project, get him. Sounds like he wants to do those things. So maybe get him some time in the shop away from some other people. But thanks for coming on, Austin. Thank you to the sponsors of the show: Stumbeano's Coffee, Atlas Outdoor Services, Outstate Brewing, Victor Lundeen's, Fergus Home and Hardware, Liberty Business Systems, Wayne Schuett with Century 21 Atwood, Dr. Zack Chiropractic, and Elks Point Bar and Grill. So we'll send you out with a little Darren Qualm here. This is one of my favorites, Big Red God in the Sky.
A big red God in the sky, I'll sit and wonder why. Why are we here and you're there? Do you even care? God in the sky, the birds sing to you. They sure know what's true. He praise you every day. Without you there'd be no way to live. And I don't know why. Oh, I don't know why. There's a great big red God in the sky. When I'm feeling down, won't you come around? When I start to cry, won't you drop on by? Great big red God in